Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Stay beautiful.
Guys, welcome back for a Mother's Day edition of Nighttime this week, and joining us tonight on the panel we have Pugsley.
Oh, good evening.
And they have a beautiful crazy lady.
Hello.
And it's our wedding anniversary tonight.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Yeah, 10th of May.
What a lucky woman she is.
How many years now?
9. Don't you get less for murder?
Yeah, you only get 4 or something, don't you? 3 on good behaviour.
No. Seriously, how lucky is she?
I could have murdered him last
Extremely.
night.
Oh, we won't go there.
No, I'm not going to disclose details, but yeah.
It was
Was it
pretty
fun?
funny. I had a laugh,
Okay.
but she didn't.
I was traumatised.
Let's put it this way, I'll give you a clue. She was shitty after it.
People are going to think you pooped yourself or something.
No, not quite. Yeah. Anyway, all fun and games.
Moving on.
In the bar tonight, in the nighttime bar, we have bar boy Gary.
Hello, everybody.
And how are you?
I'm good, mate. Good. Good to be back.
Good to be back. So, what's the word in the bar this week, mate?
Well, we've got a few questions, and yeah, we'll get into them now. Keep them coming because we want them. Is that it for Griffin? Who is to be the new coach of the Dragons? That was sent in by Ben Hunt.
Dear.
Can I answer this?
Hold my beer, yes.
Am I allowed
Go
to
for
answer
it,
this?
yes.
I would like to see Shane Flanagan, but the word on the street is that Ben Hornby is the number 1 contender.
Ben Hornby. He's been doing a little bit of understudy, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. Yeah, he's been working with South Sydney with Jason Demetrio.
Okay. I think I like Hook. I really do. I think he's not the problem there. I think the board's the problem as well. But poor Hook's gone. But I keep saying it again, why isn't a club chasing the Walker brothers?
You've got all the clubs chasing the
No,
Walker
but
brothers.
seriously, they've guaranteed if they don't perform and get the team in the finals, they'll sack themselves in 12 months. You get 2 coaches for the price of 1, and you look at the attack in the NRL at the moment. These blokes keep you guessing, and that's how you win football games as well.
I remember when they played. Was it when they were coaching? Who's that Queensland side?
Ipswich Jets,
And the way that they moved the ball around, they won the comp that year.
they've won it for years in a row.
That's right.
And I mean, they play a style of football where it's exciting, and they'll see that the fullback's up in the line, and they might do a goat noise or something, and the whole team knows, hey, the fast boys get ready to run because they're going to kick it. And it works. I don't know why a club hasn't picked them up by now.
So can you give us an example of a goat noise?
Eh.
That's cheap. And if you do that when you're playing the Warriors, that might be a bit of drama.
Yeah, well, just as
That's sheep.
Sorry, Warriors.
yeah, but you know what I mean.
He just made a sheep
okay,
noise.
we do a horse noise. Well, anyway, so you know what I mean. Like,
Yep.
so they've got their plays and I think that they are a coach of the future.
Maybe they don't want him because there's too much structure in the game, the way clubs play their football.
Yeah, but the way clubs play football, that's why teams are not. It's boring football at times and so predictable. Oh, they're going to go up for 4 or 5 on the 5th tackle. They're going to kick it, put the bomb up.
I don't see too many chips over the tops or...
No, back in the day when Andrew Johns and Darren Albert were playing together, he did the same thing. They'd kick from the scrum base.
Yep.
Like teams are not expecting that. Johns are getting off there from the scrum base, kick. Albert's going through. See you later. Thanks very much. Exciting football. Anyway.
Different.
To finish on that note, though, guys, I reckon that the players have also got to take some accountability for the way that Griffin's gone.
And I think Ben Hunt's trying to stand up for that too and stand up for Griffin and say, well, no.
Yeah.
And good on him.
Yeah.
You know, so there's only so, like when people are calling for O'Brien, there's only so much that the coach can do. At the end of the day, it's up to 17 players on the park.
That's it.
So
Did you listen to the press conference after the game the other day? And one of the reporters asked a question to Griffin. He said, "Do you think they need another voice in there?" And Griffin just laughed at him. Like, what are you supposed to say to that?
I feel sorry for the bloke,
Yeah.
to be honest. The problem is going to still be there with the next coach. It's the board, because you've got two clubs merged into one. And one side of the club, the board doesn't want to do this, and the other side does. And there's all this bad blood there. Until they go, there's no separate sides, get rid of it all, and we all come back under the one banner. Things are not going to work.
Tigers had the same problem though, and they're only just starting to find form. We played them back into form.
Maybe it's time for St George and Illawarra to get a divorce.
No, well, they're going to be together, I think, but it has to stop being a split down the middle board of half of St George and half of Illawarra. It's just got to be a board of St George Illawarra Dragons.
Yep.
Under the one name, and because it's just not working.
It worked well in '99 when they first come together. So why can't I can't see why it can't work now?
Too many cooks, too many chiefs, not enough Indians.
That's
Well,
right.
St George haven't played Penrith yet, so wait till they play Penrith. We'll play you back into form.
I hope we can play you soon, because we'll get a win.
Wait, we've just put the Tigers back in form, so...
No, that was us. We started their streak.
yeah, true.
I don't fight over it. Anyway, next one, mate.
I was just wondering if you've got any word through that you're going to lace up the boots for the St George.
Women's side.
No,
Well, Elsie
Pugsley.
Albert's
I reckon he
left
go-
the club, so I might get a spot.
I thought he might go good at lock. Yeah, Pugsley, a bit of push behind the scrum. No? Okay.
Yeah. I get where
mate.
you're going there.
Mate, I was a handy fullback back in the day, so...
I bet you're handy.
Yeah,
Number 2. Do the refs have something against the Warriors? Every week they get dubbed or duped. Is it because it's a Telstra Premiership and they don't want the Vodafone
That's pretty
of
good.
any part of the winner's circle? This is from Lee. Good one, Lee.
that's a very
Speaking
good
of
question.
Telstra, they've had a lot of issues today, so I might jump over to Vodafone.
I tell you what,
Jump on the Warriors.
Lee, whoever Lee is, that is a good question.
That is
It
a
is.
My brother's name's Lee, and he goes for the Warriors. Just saying.
And he's probably looking at for excuses as well. So shout out to you, Lee. But anyway,
There were some bad calls, but
yeah, and you got to look at it. Like, I'm not saying it's true, but there were some coincidentals in there. Like,
And it's written right across their jersey, nice and big.
and they did get robbed on a few calls. Like that dude,
they got sent.
got sent for 10 in the bin.
He hit Nathan on the chin. It was nothing.
There was nothing in it. Okay. If they're going to send him for 10, that's fine, okay? I can live with it.
Head high.
But there was not much in it. Latrell Mitchell
Oh,
was striking Harry Grant, another player, in this one tackle.
because he didn't like the way he got tackled.
A lot worse than that. Untouchable.
Slap on the wrist.
Untouchable. So if it's good for one, it's good for another.
Not even.
But they were having an argument with this on NRL 360 the other night. And Brayton Astor and who's that other goose?
Paul Ken.
Paul Kent. They were agreeing that Latrell Mitchell should have been penalised. And another one was saying, no, he shouldn't. It should have been played. He's not untouchable. But he's starting to be in the same league as Cameron Smith was. Untouchable. But why?
Dictating to the refs and everything. And
But it
Well,
should be
should be.
rules for one. It's rules for everyone.
Consistency.
So, yeah, that.
the rule is if it's up around the head, it's in the bin.
Well, to be honest, the one that hit Cleary was nothing.
His arm slipped. Like he went for the jersey. I don't know what he was doing. I think he was trying to grab the jersey, and he slipped and accidentally hit him in the chin. So
There was
yeah, I
nothing
don't
in
know.
it.
I missed this game. Was that hip drop a hip drop, though? The one that Jackson Ford got?
I don't even know what a hip drop is these days. They're that inconsistent. It's hard to go, yep, that was a definite hip drop.
That's right. Look, every single person is a hip drop. Every single tackle. It's hard. You're never going to police it too, because there's some that, like,
Sonny Luke,
Sonny Luke. He's like,
because he's little.
yeah, he's about as heavy as a tea bag, and the momentum of the other player is swinging him around because you've got this little tea bag hanging on to you. Like,
Yeah.
there's not much he can do. Anyway, that's.
Very good question. Very, very good
Very good.
question.
So did we work out why is it to the Vodafone? Is that part of it? Yes or no?
Well,
Corey?
Well, you never know. Like, it could be, eh?
Yep. Smitter? Yes or no?
I hate to say it is, but it's looking. It could be. It's hard to tell, but I mean they are getting the rough end of the stick, and I do feel sorry for them. I think
Every game.
yeah. I mean, if it's against the Knights, I'm happy for them to get the rough end of the stick, but nah. I mean, fair's fair. Give them a fair go.
I like the Warriors. If it was the Roosters or Melbourne, I'd be like, oh, you
Yeah,
get that.
I'll chuck a party, but if the Knights or the Panthers can't get to the grand final, I'd like to see the Warriors.
I think they want South and Broncos.
Well, I'm happy for the Broncos if it's against us, one of our teams, but not South's.
What do you think on the Vodafone? Yes or no?
Oh, I'm going to say yes, but I can't wait to see what the outcome is from the Vodafone CEO or the Warriors CEO. His complaint. I can't wait to see the outcome of that.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be
they're
good.
talking about legal action or something. But come on. Why go down that road of legal action when you go, mate, come on, wake up to your stuff.
You're like,
Or is it a case of sour grapes, like same with this Telstra, or is there something that we've dug up? So,
I like the Warriors
so do I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They deserve.
across the ditch and it's opening up. It's
Mm.
good. I
Good
like it.
question. I like that.
Third one. Why on earth do they never have Magic Round anywhere else? In my opinion, highly favours the Queensland teams, especially the Broncos. Simon Canning. Good one, Simon.
Oh.
Well, all Queensland teams won last weekend, so
Conveniently.
yeah,
Okay. Do you want my spin on this?
go for it.
Well, I'm telling you anyway. They're talking about another team coming in, next year after?
Yep.
So there's going to be an extra round. My idea is, okay, Queensland can have their magic round. That's fine. With this extra round, we have magic round at the start of the year like now. Towards the end, we have one in Sydney. So you have one in Queensland, one in Sydney with that extra round that's coming in. And you do it as some kind of fundraiser for a charity each year. So, Women in League or, Men's Health or whatever. And they get some kind of benefit out of it as well. And, we've all been to Sydney, the Olympic Stadium, whatever it's called now. It changes names like it changes undies. So, you've seen all that massive area. Imagine all the stores and all the Magic Round stuff that they have at Queensland up there. It would be phenomenal. And I'm telling you now, they're saying, every day up there was sold out. No, it wasn't. There's seats everywhere. You could see seats. But every game, every round, every week, every game of that week at that stadium in Sydney will be sold out. It would be a blockbuster because you got all the teams, Penrith, Parramatta, Newcastle, all got big followings themselves. That's just in 3 teams. So they'd sell it out, and what a spectacle it would be. To be honest, so my take is 2 rounds a year.
Can I throw in also too that New Zealand should have one as well?
My only problem is with that is they want to. I'm happy for them to have something like that. I really would like to see them. Is there a ground that's big enough? Because I know they got capacity of 30,000, but you want big numbers.
50, 80.
Well, when they have the Nines, which is over in Eden Park, that's probably their biggest stadium.
Wonder what that holds. That's your homework for this week.
Okay.
And if they can't, why not throw an origin over there? Why not give them an origin?
Why not?
And here's another one. Every year, why couldn't they have the Maori All-Stars, the Maori versus Indigenous over there as well? Give them something.
Yep.
That's my
Agree.
point.
100%.
You should be able to go for the NRL's job, mate. You've got some great ideas
Mate,
there.
to be honest, I'm not floating my own boat, but I would love to do a job like that because there's so much you could change for the better of the game. You've got Tweedledee and Tweedledum running it, and I think there's just so much you could do rather than go, oh, let's go to Las Vegas. Why not promote the game in your own backyard? Yeah.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
I reckon they were getting married at the
So are we
Elvis
doing
statue.
a hangover tour? Are we?
Why not?
Anyway,
We invited.
yeah, it was,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, it'd have to be Chow, wouldn't it? Anyway, that's my opinion. Yours?
Share it around. Why not?
Same.
Yep,
Same.
definitely.
Sweet. Next one.
That was it. But keep them coming in. Keep them coming in. So more we get, we'll get to them. They're all good questions this week. Really good ones.
They're good too, and I like it because they're sensible questions too, and they're really topics of the,
Yep. Of
That's
what's
really-
happening around the grounds.
Yeah. So, also while we're talking, we got a couple of giveaways coming up. So every week now, when on the show, every caller that calls up for Talking Schmidt will go into the draw. Or we'll pick the best caller each night, and they're going to go on the Chocolate World to win a $250 Sayers Inc. voucher. So just a little something from Sayers Inc. Yeah. So while we're on that, what's the drink of the week there, Gazza?
Well, it's a Grand Matriarch. And if you remember last week, we had a drop of their vodka.
Oh, yeah.
If our cameraman can shoot back to the desk there. I sampled the vanilla with Smither, and then Smither had the passion fruit and pineapple.
To be honest,
Very nice.
I like the pineapple the best, I think. They're
Smelt,
all good,
smelt beautiful.
but... What are you looking at me like that? They're all good, but I think...
She was just admiring.
Yeah, well, she's only
I'll
human.
just stick to my cup of tea.
With a dash of Grand Matriarch. But I think like the vanilla would be good with something like a VCR.
Yep.
But just with lemonade or by itself, that was beautiful. So yeah, get onto it. Get on to Grand Matriarch and join their loyalty program where you end up getting so many. After you buy so many, you get one free.
Yeah, you get a discount, which is brilliant.
I'd love to go and check out their distillery one day.
Well, actually, they want us to come down and do a show from down there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so yeah, you never know.
Free samples, what were there?
Can you imagine it? Imagine down there, you all like in a vodka distillery.
I've got me a little can of Red Bull that I usually have with it, so they'll be...
Well, Mitch was drunk off the smell of it last week. Anyway. All right, guys, we might take a short few words from our sponsor.
When you think of great food at a great price, the best cold beer in town, awesome live music, even a place that you can host your next event, there is only one place you think of, and that is the Gallipoli Club. Get on down to the Gallipoli Club, the Gal 3 to 5 Beaumont Street, Hamilton, to check out what's going on this week. Enjoy some great food, a cold beer, awesome live entertainment. You can never go wrong at the Gal, thegal.com.au.
All right, guys, and welcome back. And it's that time of night again. It's time for our rush quarter of hour with Elliot. How you going, champion?
I'm good, how are you?
Mate, not too bad, not too bad. Hopefully, we'll be like this next week with a win over the Titans.
Yeah, look, geez, they were good on the weekend and they were good the week before. So, yeah, if we win, we'll have earned it, that's for sure.
Yeah, I tell you what, they're coming good, aren't they, Titans?
Yeah, well, I mean, just look at Dave Fafita, and I give credit to Kieran Foran there. Like, he's got him running the ball 15, 16 times a game instead of 6 or 7. He looks a different player. He looks like he's origin ready again.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I don't mind the Titans. I'd like to see them go pretty good because, I mean, especially...
Just not this week.
Yeah. Any week but this week. But,
Yeah.
No, I like their jersey too they had on last week.
Did you see, I'm just confused a little bit because of the blue and yellow. It was a little bit too Parramatta who they were playing against for me.
Yeah, true.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, it was a different one. What was it for? What? Okay.
So I think it's one of the examples of if you have more jerseys brought out throughout the year, the COD can make more money. So I couldn't tell you what that one was.
Apparently it
Gotcha.
was a Magic Round jersey.
Magic
They're
round.
the
Oh,
only
there you go.
So they're the only club to do it.
Yeah.
Oh well, each their own, I suppose. But yeah, no. So this week, mate, with our beloved Knights, Adam Elliott to return.
Yeah, his first game back in a while, and the way I was just looking at the bench then, it looks like, and he did it a fair bit for Canberra, he'll come off the bench, I suggest, and probably play a little bit of dummy half at some stage. Phoenix won't play the 80 minutes, you wouldn't think, and even though Adam's a pretty big body, actually, he does it well, not dissimilar, and probably slightly better than the way Josh Maguire used to as well. Bigger boys, but it can actually play the position fairly decent. His service out of dummy half's pretty good.
Yeah, no, it'll be interesting to see how he's used. But good to see him back, that's for sure.
Yeah, just, he just needs to get through unscathed, and I'm sure he's as itchy as the rest of us are to see him back out there, and he was outstanding for Canberra last year. I thought he was one of their most underrated performers, so we just need to get him on the field regularly.
Yeah, no, that'll be great to see that. Mate, while we're still talking about Magic Round, who was your, any standouts on the Magic Round for you?
Oh, but besides the Dolphin Sharks game where you blinked and it was 30-0, I genuinely thought the Cowboys, with everything they've been beat up in the media and everything else, and I thought they were outstanding. I know the Roosters have been struggling, but their defence is incredible. Their resolve, and they had a debutant on the weekend. His name is Kuli Kefu Fini Fuiaki, which we butchered about 12 times in commentary, but we're getting better. He's a monster of a human being. He's an edge back rower. And then they say he's been running at Tommy Dearden at training the last 3 months. He was glad he was finally playing, so he didn't have to worry about lining up against him anymore. He goes really well. And for them to bounce back the way they did, they would have been last on the ladder if they'd lost to the Roosters because the Tigers got up. So, yeah, I was pretty impressed with them.
I said before any ball was kicked this year, I had the Cowboys to win the comp. So I think this is where it starts. It all started last week, you see, and now it's just they're going to have a run to the finals.
State of origin.
Yeah. I had them there too, sadly. And I'm looking back at my predictions now, thinking, I don't know. I smoked the Cowboys peace pipe.
Chad Townsend had his best game for the year on the weekend too. I thought he was probably one of their better players.
Yeah, in coverage, I think we gave him, we did our 3-2-1, I think we gave him maybe 1 or 2 points. It's just that he kicked him to death. And that's what he was brought there to do, was to steer the team around, not to do anything flash, but to kick teams to death. And he did it last year. And he admits his kicking game has been off to start this year, but I think he kicked for almost 500 metres at the weekend. It was where he placed them too. It made it so hard for them to get out of trouble.
Well, they had to acclimatise pretty quickly because the weather, like after the Dragon Tigers game, it was nice and sunny, and then 5 minutes later it flogged down. So
it's funny. I got a text from one of the Cowboys representatives. They said because the team warmed up inside, they weren't aware of the conditions, and then they went to run out, and Petahiku has just let out a very audible F-bomb. And it was just, there was hail there before the game. There was a lightning warning 20 minutes into it where they have to move some of the patrons. They confirmed it was the heaviest downpour we've had this season in any game, and it was literally one tiny patch of red when you check the radar. It was nuts.
So they would have had to change their game tack pretty quickly then.
Yeah, I actually think it half suited the Cowboys, to be honest. In terms of offloads, they're last in the competition. They did have a few in that one, but their simplified game plan worked. And from the outset, I mean, you simplify it and you do it at any level of footy. They ran harder, they tackled harder, and they were clearly the better team.
Yeah. Mate, it was different seeing that come over, that storm come out of nowhere. Kylie?
No, I was just going to say, I think State of Origin's going to be a test for a few teams coming up.
Yeah, well, obviously the Cowboys and the Broncos, they'll find it a bit hard, but also I think Penrith will too. We'll test out Penrith because you're going to have Tutul, you would think. Cleary's a definite. Zayo, rumour has it that his partner in crime, Luai, will be there. Yeah. So, I mean, they're going to find it hard too. But, mate, I'm a big fan of Dylan Edwards, and I know people are going to say, wake up to yourself, but I would have him at number 1. I'd put Tedesco into the centres.
Oh, nah. Wake up to yourself. No.
No, I love the way Dylan Edwards plays, and I just think
Yeah, so do I, but Teddy has earned the right. You can't replace him at fullback.
yeah, I don't know. I'm one for if you've earned, if you're playing well, you should get picked regardless. I know he's the captain and incumbent, but I'd like to see Edwards have a crack at it, even if say game 2 if Teddy's injured.
That's sort of like, put it this way: there's a ready-made replacement there, ready to go.
I'd like to see him have a go because I'm a big Dylan Edwards fan. To be honest, I know we've got Lockie Miller and Ponga, but if we didn't have them two, I'd love to have Dylan Edwards in our team.
Oh, he's everything you want. He's all effort. He's everywhere in support. In doesn't matter if it's the 79th minute or the first minute of the game. He's one of the best support players in rugby league at the moment. And if Teddy wasn't available, I'm sure at this stage he'd be the first number 1 pick. In a way, he has still got age on his side. He's only 27. Teddy's entered his 30s now, so let's say Teddy plays at the top level maybe 3 more years. I don't think that it's a pipe dream for him. I think there's a chance if he keeps playing great footy, and there's no reason he shouldn't, that he could get a go at some stage.
I know. I'm a big fan of Edwards. So, yeah, I'd just like to see him have a crack.
I got PTSD from us playing blokes out of position in State of Origin, and we've been famous for it. I get sometimes it's worked, but I go back to the Jamie Lyon theory when, for whatever reason, we decided to play him at 6 back when. I've never seen Teddy play in the centres, and I don't think he ever has in the NRL. And on a stage like that, you just can't do it, I don't think.
I just see the, what's that for the Eels? Gufferson. They used him in the centres there. And
it didn't work. It didn't work. Guffo's a great player, and it didn't work him playing the centre.
Yeah, I say because Barboy Gary's a huge Eels fan, so he
is a fullback, not a centre.
Yeah, well, there you go. Anyway, it'll be good to see Edwards, even just in the mix of it somewhere, even if it's just the 18th man or 19th, just the.
I think you'll be in the squad. I think you'll be in that squad. But yeah, he won't crack the 17.
I couldn't believe that. What was he only on $450,000 a year?
Was that all?
Something like that. And he was happy at that. It just shows.
I mean, I'd be pretty happy with 450. But yeah, I know what you mean. I think him coming off contract, he's going to get paid one way or another.
But moving on from that, but some good football on the weekend. We had this question come in earlier, mate. Should there be a magic round elsewhere? I know you'd probably like it to stay at Queensland, but I'd like to see 2 magic rounds a year with another team coming in the next couple of years. There's an extra round. I'd love to see another magic round in Sydney. I think it could work beautifully, and at the Olympic Stadium, how much room there is, have a big festival kind of thing there. I reckon it'd be great.
Yeah, I suppose the only if I'm going to say no to Sydney, it's because Sydney gets so many games anyway, and plus also the grand final too, of course. I think if it was to ever move or alternate, the only place I could really argue for at the moment is New Zealand, and that's purely based on what they've given to rugby league over the last 4 years in particular. Everything through that COVID period, what the players and staff and all that did to basically give up any time with their family to make the game move forward. That would be a nice little thank you. That's the only argument I'd have. I don't know if you guys have been to Magic Round before, but they do it well in Brisbane. I'll give them that. It's a phenomenal weekend.
That's why we want it in Sydney, so we can go.
It's hard for Newcastle.
Yeah, well, it's just hard to get away from work for it to get to it all.
We were going to have an Origin game here once, remember?
Yeah, well,
that's right. Yeah.
So, mate, it would be absolutely phenomenal to go one year. That's for sure, and check it out. So that's on our bucket list.
Yeah, well, at least Newcastle will be back there next year, so that might be worth looking towards.
Yeah, we probably should go next year because the year after they might boot us out again.
Exactly. Next year's at least locked in.
Well, I heard a rumour come through that how they got to the fact of excluding us from this year was a survey done in Sydney.
More to do with fan engagement. So it was, and again, I don't know how they crunched these numbers, but essentially it was tickets bought by certain fan groups and yada yada over the last few years. But what frustrates me with that conversation is all the Magic rounds we'd played on either the Friday night at 8 o'clock or we'd be playing against teams. No disrespect, I think we only played against the Tigers and the Bulldogs. So they're not exactly, drawing in the bigger sides, let's say. So let's be honest, Newcastle are a scapegoat for this year, but one team had to miss out. At least it means that we'll be there next year. And round 10 is a good time to have a bye because they'll come back refreshed this week, you'd hope.
And to give Bradman a bit of chance to go to Bali.
Oh, jeez. That's it. If Gus needs to sort out his own house before he goes after others, the dogs are languishing on the ladder. And I've got to say, if you and I work together on the job site and we're not doing our best work at the moment and we got the option of a week off or we can practice what we do with our tools, I'd certainly want the week off to go and refresh, come back and again, you would hope the team will be good to go. But I know they're training through the week 14 bye, so it's just been a beat up out of nothing. And they say, it's a boys' trip. He was there with his girlfriend in a private villa.
Yeah, and you see why he went over there?
No, I didn't.
Well, you've seen his leg tattoo.
No, I haven't.
He's got a full leg done over in Bali.
Oh, okay.
So he
didn't know he had any space left.
Yeah, he went back in this week, got his full arm done. Like,
okay.
So it's not like he was over there partying.
No, it was like I said, it was just a beat up that I think must have been a slow news day that a few people latched onto. But as a fan, I had no issue with it.
The only thing I'm disappointed is in Bradman doing that, and I'm pretty filthy with that he didn't take us to go get some ink done with him.
Yeah, well, I don't know who his guy is over there, but obviously he's got so many likes. He's got quite a bit of work done now.
Yeah, so speaking of tattoos, big shout out to Sayers Ink, one of our sponsors. So when you get down here, mate, we might have to get you into the chair too.
Yeah, I got half my chest done and I got scared off because it hurt so much, so I need to get back in at some stage.
Yeah, I've got on one side of my chest the Knights logo coming out of my chest, and yeah, they went over the nipple. I don't recommend getting that done, that's for sure.
No, it's horrible. It feels like it's getting ripped off.
I've never had pain with a tattoo before, but that was excruciating.
Yeah, it's right up there.
Oh, anyway, champion, mate, once again, we appreciate you coming on.
Easy.
Yeah, and hopefully next week we'll be having a chat with you about how much we give the Titans a flogging.
I'm nervous about this one, but I'm hopeful all the same. I hope that they get it done.
Mate, that'll be great. And, we look forward to when you're coming down too, champion.
Sweet. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, champion.
Good night, Elliot.
Take care.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, guys, we'll take another short break and have a few words from our sponsor.
Palmy or Palmer, it doesn't matter where you're from. It's Palmy, by the way. The best schnitzels in town are just around the corner at Harry's, where they cook chicken the way nature intended, flattened, crumbed and golden. Nothing beats a good schnitzel. There are burgers, there's chips, there's all sorts of wonderful food there to be had. Grab yourself a Harry's loyalty card, get on down and enjoy some of the best chicken you'll ever have. It's really good schnit. Get on to Harry's at the Junction, Jesmond, Marketown, Thornton, Erina and Toronto. It is Sasquatch approved. It is Nighttime Podcast approved. Harry's Schnitzel's the best in town.
All right, guys, and welcome back. And a special Mother's Day 10 in the bin this week. So we've brought our lovely daughter Portia on to do the Mother's Day questions to Kylie. So take it away, Dale, the junior crazy lady.
What made you go for Penrith?
That's a good question. I just I wanted to go for my own team, and the person I was with at the time was a Parramatta supporter. And sorry, Gary. And I thought, I really liked the way Penrith play and the players. And we went and watched a game, and I just followed them since then. It was back in the late 90s.
What is it like for you as a mother?
It's like on a merry-go-round, but when you want to get off, it doesn't stop. So it's a bit crazy.
What about the rest of the kids?
It's very rewarding. I do love it.
What is your favourite takeaway?
Oh, that's a good question.
And why is it Harry's Schnitzels?
Yeah, I do agree. It's Harry Schnitzel's, or I guess a good Chinese.
What is your favourite drink, non-alcohol and alcohol?
I like a banana thick shake. Harry's does the best. And alcohol. I'm more of a milky cocktail person now when I do have one. Milky Lane sells some really good ones.
Shout out to Milky Lane.
Where would you go on a holiday, overseas or in Australia?
I'd probably go back to the Maldives, where our honeymoon was. You're in my belly.
Mhm.
It was amazing.
Your second home.
That was my one and only.
Oh, okay.
What is it like living with Dean?
Oh, come on.
Like a merry-go-round, it doesn't stop when you want to get off it.
Like a dream come true, she means.
Who is your favourite?
Is that it?
She started reading the next question.
Oh,
It's awesome. Is that what you want to hear?
sorry, keep going. No.
Who is your favourite kid and why is it me?
Because you're Junior Crazy Lady.
Where's the one place you would book to go and visit?
For a holiday or just for a day visit?
Just for a day visit?
That's a good question.
Boobet Stadium.
I was going to say Penrith Leagues, but I wouldn't need to book.
Massage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that sounds good.
What is Dean's worst trait?
Last night comes to mind. But I can't go there. He leaves his clothes on the floor.
No, I might leave a shirt or a pair of pants that I'm going to wear the next day.
No, because you go to work and it's still there.
Yeah, but when I come home,
Yeah, sure.
I'm thinking of her to not create more washing.
Just create more mess on the floor. I'm very anal about that.
Another one. What's your Harry Schnitzel go to on the menu?
The Hellman with the egg and the bacon. It's the Hellman wrap. So good.
What is your most wildest fantasy if cost wasn't a problem?
Jeez,
Disneyland.
that's yours.
Yeah, well,
Um,
you're part of it, so.
massages and peaceful, lots of food and peaceful. So the Maldives. Yeah, definitely the Maldives.
To be honest, couldn't agree more. The Maldives was absolutely breathtaking, and
The food was awesome.
yeah,
Yeah,
and it was winter when we were there, but it was still
very warm.
40.9 degrees on their cold days or something. Like, it was ridiculous.
Says I hate to say the hot days.
No, I don't want to. But
It was just full on relaxation. No
Yeah, it was good.
traffic because you're on your island
Yeah.
and just very peaceful and quiet.
Crystal clear water, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
bottle blue. It was really good. So is that it? Is it? Or Oh wow! Thanks for coming on. That was awesome. So that was 10 of the bin, the Mother's Day special. So thank you.
No problem.
So who's your favourite Knights player now?
I don't have one.
You got a couple. It's Kurt, isn't it? It's BJ. Tyson Gamble. Yeah, it is.
She's gone all shy.
She's gone all shy. Anyway, guys, we'll take a short break and a few messages from our sponsor.
I gotta be honest, one of my favourite things in this life is to sit down with some amazing meat and just stuff my face full of it, and the best meat that you will come across, honestly, is found at Steak and Chops Butchery at Tanilba Bay. Jump on their Facebook page and check out some of the prices and some of the specials. The quality is outstanding, the prices are excellent, you really can't go wrong. Steak, chops, sausages, mince, lamb loins, what more could you want? Get on down to Steak and Chops, that's 69 Beatty Boulevard in Tanilba Bay. Tell them the Sasquatch sent you.
Alright, guys, and welcome back again. And time for what caught my eye. And what caught my eye this week, I'm going to start off because, I tell you what, I like it. It was the Mexican wave at the Magic Round. the whole stadium got involved, and we need to get it going at home with the Knights at McDonald Jones. So,
Let's start it this weekend.
yeah, let's start this weekend. I thought it was great.
That was at the Dolphins and Sharks game.
Yes, that was correct. Yeah,
Good game, that.
it was good, and it's good to see the crowd get involved with things like that, and that's great. I remember, back in the day, the whole stadium used to get into it, but you do it now and it sort of dies off. So let's give it a crack and see what happens. So that's what caught my eye. Caught your eye, Dom?
In my game, when Cleary was converting their second try, you could see a kid standing behind him. He was about 14. He had a Dragons jersey on, and he was motioning rude gestures, as in sucky sucky. He's going to get ripped off at school.
Yeah, well, it was quite funny. A typical Dragon supporter, but yeah.
I don't know. There's not many of them around.
No, it was funny. Well, it got him his 2 seconds of fame too.
Everyone's talking about him.
That's right. So that was a good one too. Gaz.
I didn't see too much footy.
Yeah.
And what I did see wasn't much on it for me. Sorry, I can't sort of report on it.
Fair enough. We'll go to Corey.
All right. Well, I was going to report that caught my eye with the Warriors, the Vodafone sort of thing that they're there. But now that you've alluded to that, I'm going to go the last play that St George did on the game against the Tigers. Now, obviously, it was a pretty off-the-cuff play by Ben Hunt when they threw that pass out, and it was a rubbish pass. And then he's from the nous to chip through, picked the ball up, regathered, passes it to Tyrell Sloan, 4-on-1 overlap. What does he do? Pass it straight to Ravalawa. Well, sorry, just Sully. Sully should have backed himself and scored that try, but what does he do? Flick it out the back, and Ravalawa doesn't score. Now, it wasn't great, caught my eye, but it should have been. What I'm saying is he should have scored. That was just my opinion.
Yeah, sometimes it's better just to hold it and run and see what you can.
Well, he's 100 and whatever kilos. He
Yeah,
should have
that's
just
right.
backed himself.
Backed himself.
That's right.
Anyway, that was what caught our eye this week, other than me. So, you got some jokes or something?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Let's get straight into it. Have you ever seen a $20 bill all crumpled up? Asked the wife. No, said her husband. She gave him a sexy little smile, slowly reached into her cleavage and pulled a crumpled $20 bill out. Have you ever seen a 50 all crumpled up? She asked. No, he said. She gave another sexy little smile, seductively reached into her panties and pulled out a crumpled $50 bill. Now, she said, have you ever seen $40,000 all crumpled up? No, he said. Now he was really intrigued. We'll go look in the garage. Just trying to woo him with the sexy moves. The second one. When God created Adam and Eve, he said to them, I have 2 gifts to give you. One is to pee standing up and... Adam, very anxious, interrupted him, screaming, Me, I want it. Please, Lord, please, please, please. This would make life a lot easier. Eve agreed and said those things didn't matter to her, so God gave Adam the gift. Adam was amazed, screaming for joy, running through the Garden of Eden, peeing on every tree. He ran along the beach, making drawings with his pee in the sand. He lit a fire and played fireman. God and Eve stared at the madman with happiness until Eve asked God, And what is the other present? And God answered, A brain, Eve. The brain is yours.
Oh,
Dun, dun, dun.
wow.
That didn't go the way you thought, did it?
No.
I don't know. I just got booed.
No, you got another one for us? It's Mother's Day, so you can weekend. So
You can redeem yourself on the next one.
yeah.
I'll give it a go. The pastor interrupts sermon to ask 3 men in the front row, what would you want your loved ones to say as they are looking down at you in your coffin? Tom, that I was a good husband and father. Bill, that I lived a good life of kindness to others. Dan, oh look, he's moving.
I like it.
Fair enough. I like that one. Yeah, that was good.
Don't lie, there was no laugh.
I did so.
You could have pretended.
I laughed.
No, you didn't.
I did.
I did.
So
Thanks, Gary.
everyone we're going to have viewers' jokes of the week. So we'll start off this week. Here is our viewer joke of the week.
Junior crazy lady, and this is my joke. I was at the bank today and I saw an old lady. She asked me to check her balance, so I pushed her.
Alright guys, so that was Portia with our first ever viewer joke of the week. So send them in, record yourself saying your joke and send it in to us at the show, and we'll feature one each week. So yeah, is that you for the week?
Sure is.
Before you go, just it's Mother's Day and our anniversary tomorrow, so we all thought we'd get you something a little special to say thank you. So, Portia? So,
Thanks,
happy
darling.
Mother's Day and
Nice way to embarrass me.
anniversary for tomorrow, so
Thank you.
you'll get the other present later.
Thanks, darling.
Box of chocolates.
Yeah. So,
I'm just going to box it up.
yeah, put a little ribbon on it. So, yeah, thanks heaps, and you're off too, Junior Crazy Lady. So, both of them are off, so thanks heaps for what you did tonight, and yeah, catch us all next week. And who's your favourite Knights player?
Tyson Gamble.
Oh, Tyson Gamble, eh? And because Kurt's not playing and Brady. Yeah, she's got 3 now. Alright guys, thanks again, and enjoy your day tomorrow. I know you will. And enjoy your Mother's Day.
Excuse me.
Alright guys, we'll be taking a few messages and we'll be back shortly.
Major show sponsor, the Burden Automotive Group in Maitland and Port Stephens, comprising of Maitland Toyota, Port Stephens Toyota, Hunter GWM, Cardiff GWM, Port Stephens GWM, and also Hunter 4x4 accessories in Maitland and yes, in Cardiff. The Burden Automotive Group have been proudly supporting the community for 60 years. They've been supporting this show. Please go support the sponsors that support us.
Alright guys, welcome back, and it's that time of night again. It's time for a Talking Schmidt. And caller number 1, who we got there?
We've got Corey, mate. How are you, boys?
Yeah, good mate, how are you? Good?
Oh, not bad. First off, I've got to say how much I enjoyed what you guys did with the Eels game. Congratulations, and I hope you do it at more Knights games on the road. So keep up the good work, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, cheers mate, it was a bit of fun, and now Adam did put his magic touches to it, so he done a really good job. So yeah, we will be out with the cameras a bit more. Also, we're looking at doing a trip to Penrith as well. So yeah, get on that, everyone. Yeah, it's a double-decker bus for that one, but yeah, keep an eye out for us. We'll be out with the cameras this weekend too, I believe, for Mother's Day. So yeah, keep an eye out for us. But mate, what's your questions, dude?
I've got a couple of questions. First question, if you could bring back 2 players from the Knights, who would it be?
Oh, yeah, the question went up on the thing this week. Yeah. If it was me, I would bring back, not for any particular reason, but just favourites of mine. It would have to be David Clemmer. And, I'd like 3, actually. I'd like to see Sione come back. And a lot of people, probably don't agree with me, all these, but these are just, personal preference, and become good friends with a few of these. But also probably one of the nicest blokes you'll meet in rugby league in Jesse Sue. I'd like to see those 3 back at the club, or just, no particular reason. They were all good in their own aspects, but just general, absolute nice guys, and I would like to see them back at the club, personally. Corey?
How far we have to go back here?
Oh, 1965. Wherever.
Well, okay, if 2 players, I'd bring back Paul Harrigan and obviously Andrew Johns.
Oh, yeah. I'd have to bring the Chief back as well. Can I have 4?
Well, I was going to ask the same question, but beat me to it, Pugsley.
Yep.
I had Harrigan, Johns, and Albert.
Yeah,
Aaron
that'd be
Albert.
good. Minion in the bar. What about you, mate?
Yeah, Andrew Johns, Kurt Gidley, and David Clement.
Yeah, no, that's a good question, mate. Yeah, as I said, no particular reason. It's just, I mean, they're all good players in their own field, but yeah, I just all right.
What did any of you say Robbie McCormack?
No, the Moth. The Moth was a good player, and he's back in the day. Yep.
And the second question I have for you is, you've got 24 hours to do whatever you like within the nights. What do you do and why?
Oh.
I jump on the plane and go to Bali with them.
Good question, Corey.
Be the goal kicker.
But you can't kick goals.
You never know. You haven't seen me.
Minion.
What was the question again? I didn't really hear it.
You 24 hours to do with whatever you want with the Knights. What do you do?
I wait till the next buy and take Bradman to Bali with me and go get a tattoo.
Fair enough. Same as Gaz on the same plane, mate. I don't know. That's a hard one. Yeah, maybe bring him into the studio and we do 24 hours of interviewing. That's what I'll do for us.
Yep.
But yeah, I can't think of anything else. Yeah.
Take over a Brian for 24 hours.
Yeah, well, it depends. Yeah, if it's game day, I'd coach for the day. You know, they might get their butts handed to them, but still be an experience. So, yeah, I'd take up the coaching job for 24 hours. You still there, mate?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just trying to think what I'd do. I'd definitely change the attitude within the club. That'd be the first thing to be changed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I suppose no one knows really what goes on behind the club until we're actually involved with it. So, yeah, that's a hard one. But, yeah, no, we appreciate your questions, man. They've got some good questions there.
Good ones.
All right, no worries. And all the best for the show, and happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there listening.
No worries. Thanks, mate. And just before you go to, as we said earlier, every person that calls up for Talking Schmidt from now to the rest of the year, every week we're going to pick one winner to go in the draw to win a $250 tattoo voucher thanks to Sayers Inc.
That sounds cool. I'm actually looking to get another tattoo myself.
Oh, well, there you go, mate. So, yeah, stay tuned. You never know. You could be the caller of the week.
Oh, well, let's hope.
No worries, champion. Thanks for your call.
All right, have a good one, boys. All the best.
You too. Thanks, mate.
See you, buddy.
Caller number 2. Who we got?
Christopher.
Christopher Vassalo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that voice. How you going, buddy?
Good face meta.
Mate, what do you got for us this week, champion?
All right. I'd just like to give a rap to the bus service and the Nighttime podcast for that fantastic trip that we went on down to Parramatta. We had a lot of fun on the bus down there and back, and I look forward to going on the Port Stephens coaches again to Penrith.
Yes, it was a good trip, I must admit. So, yeah, we appreciate yourself and everyone else that got on the bus and made a good day. There was some fun on the bus on the way down, and speaking of that, I've got to get my mouth organ out.
Why?
I want a mouth organ. I'm pretty good,
Okay.
yeah. I'm pretty good, yeah.
Is it second hand or brand new?
No, brand new. It's Jim Beam one. Thanks to Jim Beam. But yeah, mate, all those that come on board for the trip, and yeah, keep an eye out and book your seat for Penrith. It's going to be a marvellous trip down there for the full day. We're going to Krispy Kreme Donuts and the club as well for dinner, and a double decker for this trip. So
If anyone doesn't know, it's the 24th of June.
yeah, Saturday, 24th of June. It's going to be a full day event, and big shout out to Port Stephens coaches. So, yeah, mate, was that your question, or you got a question for us, or?
No, that was the question. Like, I just wanted to give a rap to Port Stephens coaches on my time podcast for arranging that bus trip down to Parramatta.
Nah, mate, it's our pleasure. We try to do it get it as cheap as we can, and
Yes, it was.
yeah, Port Stephens was by far they were the cheapest that we could get. And I tell you what, how comfy was the bus?
Sensational.
It's like for those that weren't on there, It's sort of like your race seats in your car, but all leather and cushions and
Nice.
yeah, no, it was really
you
good.
can even charge your phone on the side there.
Yeah, it had phone chargers and I had a dunny on it, and it was really good. No worries, champion. Thanks for your call, and we hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
We will. Thank you. Good night.
See you, Chris.
Are you looking for something a little bit different, perhaps? Something a little bit out of the ordinary? Head down to the Liquidators Raymond Terrace. Liquidators is a discount variety store. They specialise in all sorts of different home decor items, candles, even hardware. There's costumes and wigs for that fancy dress party. There's art, all sorts of things that are a little bit different. Liquidators Raymond Terrace. That's 34 William Street in Raymond Terrace.
All right, guys, it's caller number 3. Who we got there?
It's Michael from Melbourne.
Michael from Melbourne again. Oh, awesome,
Yeah,
mate.
I know.
Yeah, got the big Melbourne connection down there, so it's good to see that we're heading down that way.
Oh, yes, it is. And, surprisingly, I've been chatting to a few of my mates. They're all saying how they do listen to the show. I was really surprised too. So pretty cool, actually. So
Yeah, no, that's good, mate. Flying the flag down there for us, so we might have to get a nighttime shirt and send it down your way.
Oh, that'd be great.
Mate,
Appreciate that.
No dramas. Mate, what question you got for us this week?
I was actually thinking about Magic Round. Obviously, our Knights boys didn't play, and I was thinking about selection, how they did select the teams. And, listening to SEN through the week, they were sort of talking about that they go by crowd numbers or, the amount of people they would attract, for example. So I was thinking, well, surely the Knights would pull people in there into the crowd there. So, yeah, but I don't know. Do you have any other insight? At all around that, on how that works?
I heard a rumour that it was a survey done in Sydney, somewhere in Sydney, then a survey, and we voted. We got the less amount of votes. Well, I mean, of course a Newcastle team's going to get less than all the Sydney teams.
Yep.
I think they were just looking for a scapegoat so they could get the Dolphins in, and unfortunately it was us.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't even think about that, to be honest. So, yeah, that's a good point. No, that's interesting, isn't it? Like, I just thought, wow. And if it was about the crowd, that's awful, really, because you can't say that. You got to see from, Sydney going up, really. So you got people fairly close.
Well,
but, look, that was what I was thinking about anyway, really, through the week. So, yeah,
we didn't we didn't play in Magic Round, but there was quite a few Knights supporters in the crowd with their jerseys and that on. So
yeah, I noticed. Yeah, that was funny actually.
That's what I was going to say. It's quite bizarre that because Knights fans do travel.
Yeah, that's right.
So I just you're right. It's a scapegoat.
They were just and I think it should have maybe been let's do like a lotto, a chocolate, where all the teams are in there. They and they pull it out, and say, all right, this one's in, next one, this one's in, this one's in, and until they got to that, because it's only a fair way to do it.
Yep.
That's right.
Once again, should I be running the NRL?
Well, you never know, right?
Well, I'll tell you what, mate.
Couldn't do any worse.
Yeah. Couldn't do any worse. And instead of heading out to Vegas, like I said,
that's right.
It'd be more in area here. But I'm not bagging the blokes here because they're doing a pretty good job. But I just think there is some aspects of the game that could be dealt with a little bit better. So.
Absolutely.
So when I also run for Parliament, I might have to run for that as well.
And that's like in Melbourne, we've got a lot of issues with clubs. I actually coach an under-16 team, and just trying to get players in Victoria with NRL big support is it's quite challenging at times. So that's what we struggle with. So when they announced this other team, and Melbourne Storm kicked up a stink about no, we don't want another Victorian team. It's probably a positive that they should. But anyway, that's another topic, I suppose.
So you coach a team down in Melbourne, do you?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, under 16 girls, and been driving pretty hard to recruit. So it's been quite challenging to get girls involved, and we've had to pretty much do our own sort of social media promotion and try and just put it out there. So trying to get girls to come through. So we've got about 7 players, and we've had to combine with another team just to be able to get the girls to run on the field. So, which has been pretty good, though, I've got to say, for this year. So,
Yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah.
Maybe you could, send in some photos and put them on the show page, and you might be able to get a few people interested through that way if that helps.
Yeah, no, that'd be great. I'd appreciate that. Yeah.
No
Thanks for
worries.
that.
Mate,
Beautiful.
hopefully that answered your question for
Yeah.
you. But,
I wasn't sure, and that's why I thought it'd be interesting to get your perspective on it, and if you have any intel, it'll be even better. So, that's why.
Yeah, I think it's there was just needed somebody, and they've gone well Newcastle, because it was never going to be the Roosters, or it was never going to be any of the three Queensland, or four now Queensland teams, and
No way,
all the Storm, so to speak. But
Well, they're the fifth Queensland team, aren't they?
well, to be honest, I think it probably should have maybe give the Warriors a break instead of travelling all the time.
Absolutely.
Would have been more sensible. And I mean this the Warriors had a fair turnout of supporters on the other day as well at Magic Round. But my point is, give them a break to stay at home with their family.
Yep.
Oh, exactly.
That would have been the more sensible thing to do, I suppose. But, mate, anyway, we appreciate your call, and we honestly really appreciate your support from down there.
No, appreciate it. Thanks.
No worries.
Thanks for having me too. I love the show, so it's great. Thank you.
Pleasure, mate, and we're glad we can bring something to you. Big MG will be on the show in the next couple of weeks too, so you might be able to have a chat with him next time he's on. But anyway, thanks, Champion. We appreciate your call.
Thanks for that. Thanks, mate. All the best.
Thanks, mate.
Right, mate.
See you, mate. Bye.
All right, caller number 4. Who we got?
Yes, hoya more, as we say over here in Johannesburg in South Africa. I'm ringing up to ask a few questions.
Yeah, mate, you're on the air.
Well, good morning, good evening. I would like to know if there is ever a chance, you think, like the Super Rugby, where a South African team might be able to challenge one of your NRL teams.
Mate, who we got there, sorry?
I've got to be sorry, my name is Hansi.
Hansi.
Hansi
Vassalo. All right, Hansi. Well, you never know. Like, he's had a pretty competitive rugby union side in the Springboks, so I can't see why not.
That's correct. And most people over here, they love the Springboks, right? But I am quite a fan of the rugby league as well, and I was hoping that perhaps one day, who knows, we might be able to get the team over there in the NRL, just like we do with the Super Rugby.
Yeah, well, you never know. The rugby league's going to, as we've been saying, Vegas, so you could be next.
Well, that would be delightful.
Yeah, I guess.
I'd like it.
Yeah.
If they're anything like the Springboks, it'll be a good hard game.
Yeah, true.
Well, it's not quite like the Springboks, I can tell you.
Yeah, mate. I can't see why not. They're also looking at bringing in a Papua New Guinea team, so anything's possible.
Take it to
My
the
goodness,
world.
it'd be a 32 bloody team competition then, won't it?
Oh, I won't say no to that. More the merrier, I believe.
Cut out the cricket.
Yeah,
That's very good. I was saying to my relatives over here, there's a big family over here called the Vassalo family, and we were all talking about how much we love the rugby league and the special people that love the rugby league over in Australia.
Yeah, we got some Vassalos over here. We've got a couple that ring up on the show. Frank?
Oh, mate, there's bloody Vassalos everywhere. We breed like rabbits.
What about a Christopher?
Yeah,
Christopher. That's a Christopher Vassalo.
Correct.
It's a bloody weird name, isn't it?
No relation?
Oh, I'd hope not.
All right, mate. Cora?
Yeah, I'm full for it.
Yeah, mate, we appreciate your call, and hopefully that's answered your question and you enjoy the rest of the show.
Yeah, we'll do our best. Thank you very much, you mob of mad bosses, and I'll be speaking to you again, I'm sure.
Oh, thanks, champion.
Good night, Hansi.
Have a good one, Hansi.
Good night.
Ring, Hansi.
It seems that everywhere you look these days, you're going to find somebody covered in tattoos. Tattoos are common, not like they used to be. So what do you do if you are wanting some ink that stands out from the rest of the pack? Head on down to Sayers Ink, check out some of their award-winning work. They are a great friend and sponsor of the show. Jump on their website and look at some of the work from John, from Scott, Army, Dean, Jess, Mandy. Their work is stellar, obviously long-lasting, and you'll be happy with the result. Sayers Ink, we can't promise it won't hurt, but we can promise great results. Jump on to sayers-ink.com.au.
All right, guys, it's time for our last one. Caller number 5. Who we got?
Hi, hello.
Simon?
Sounds
No,
like...
who's Simon?
Oh,
No.
that just sounded like Simon.
That's Clancy. There you go, mate.
I'm good. I'm Cecil from Cessnock.
Cecil from Cessnock.
Cecil, mate, what can we do for you?
Well, I just wanted to say that I believe that Adam O'Brien might want to look for more different employment next year.
Yeah?
Why you
Why
say
is
that?
that?
Yeah.
Well, I think he's got a good bunch of young men to play the game, but he can't coach them properly. They're going backwards.
Yeah, well, hopefully the week off's changed things and a bit of a rest and holiday for a few of them. So hopefully this week that they've turned a table. And but in saying that, before the last couple of weeks, like when Gamble and that, yes, I know Gamble, when Gamble was in the halves and that, I thought they were playing pretty well.
Like I was talking to my nephew about it, and he seems to agree.
Oh yeah, is your nephew involved with rugby league? Is he?
Oh, he's a fan. My name again is Cecil Vassalo from Cessna.
Another Vassalo.
How many Vassalos are out there?
It's Vassalo of him. Well, he has. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know what to say to that one.
How was bingo tonight, Cecil?
I lost $5, but I had a pint of stout, so I was okay.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, well, hopefully, they've had a good rest and they come out firing.
Well, I hope so, because I think the coach's career is on the line.
Yeah, well, the Hooks is St George coach. I'd say in the matter of weeks you'll hear the outcome for him.
Maybe they need more Vassalos.
No, I think we're right.
So. There's enough Vassalos around.
Yeah, I think we've got enough. No offence, but
the white pages are full of them.
Yeah, it's like
And South Africa.
It's like Smith.
We do have a wide family, of course, but we're all very knowledgeable people.
IQs are pretty high.
At least 70.
Okay.
Oh well, hopefully that answered your question there. Cecil, was it?
Yeah, from Cessnock, but thank you for taking my call. I'm off now for a Bex. I'll lie down.
No worries, mate. Hope you enjoy the show and go the Knights.
Yes, go the Knights.
Thanks, Cecil. Oh, that's
Right,
talking.
Cecil.
That's talking Schmidt for 1 week. We had a few other calls. I'm sorry if we didn't get to you. We couldn't get them all, but those that did write in and want to be on tonight, I guarantee you'll be first in line next week. So I do apologise, but who's the caller of the week?
I'll probably have to give it to Corey.
Corey?
Yeah.
Corey. All right, so Corey goes in the draw for Talking Schmidt. First one for the Sayers Inc. tattoo voucher. Speaking of Sayers Inc., Johnny Sayer was coming on tonight, but he's had a bit of an emergency he couldn't get out of. So, yeah, hopefully in the next couple of weeks. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, Sayers Inc. Yeah, he's on the draw for that. Mm-hmm. All right, guys, we'll take a short break and be back shortly.
Support our show sponsor, Grand Matriarch Distillery, that gives us the beautiful Grand Matriarch vodka that you see on our show every week. Join the reward program, and for every 9 bottles you purchase, you do get one free. Grand Matriarch Distilling in the beautiful Sapphire Coast of New South Wales. You cannot go wrong with their product, I promise you. That's grandmatriarch.com.au.
All right, guys, and welcome back. And yeah, that was a very eventful talking Schmidt, that's for sure. Yeah, but also the fridge giveaway, thanks to Bar Fridges Australia. The game of the week this week will be, because it's Mother's Day and we're playing on Mother's Day, it's going to be the Knights versus Titans. So yeah, don't forget to pick your score on that and put your entry under there to get on the chocolate wheel to win the fridge of your choice. Corey.
Yeah, so also too, in the second chance draw as well, we want to take a photo at the game and be creative as well with your mums. And we give 6 bottles of wine to 6 lucky winners.
Yeah, so if it's a picture with your mum, we're just going to give 6 Mother's Day entries, a bottle of wine, thanks to Hope Estate. But yeah, there's a second chance draw. It can be anything at the footy. Take a photo. You know, you might see something at the footy that takes your eye, or be creative, and yeah, you go in the draw. I want to give some away, so I want to give some spots away for this fridge. So
yeah, we got plenty of stuff to give away.
Yeah, I'm going to do two a week to get them on that.
Get them on the wheel.
Get them on the wheel. But so there's some, and also next week I'm going to give away some Grand Matriarch vodka for your chance to win some Grand Matriarch vodka.
Yep.
So there's going to be a few bottles to give away, but I'm just not going to give it away straight away. It's going to run it for a couple of weeks, so we'll keep an eye out there. But
can we enter?
No, but also not just with that Sayers Inc. Entry. There's going to be more throughout the year as well. So you can get on through Talking Smith, but there's also going to be a few more competitions. So I think all up there'll be over probably four vouchers to give away.
Yeah.
So thanks to Johnny Sayer at Sayers Inc.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, time for team list for this week.
Team list, yeah.
For the Knights, you got the Knights there.
I have. Here you go. We can read this between the middle of us.
Yeah, sweet. All right, I'll do the Knights. You can do the Titans.
Sounds good.
At fullback, we've got Lockie Miller, Dom Young on the wing with Greg Marju, Dane Gay-Guy and Bradman tattooed up best in the centres. Kalen Ponga and Jackson Hastings are in the halves. Daniel Saifidi and the beast himself, Leo Thompson, in the front row with Phoenix Crosland at hooker. Tyson Frizzell, Lockie Fitz in the back row with Matt Crocker, and I'm good to see this. Matt Crocker getting the start at 13.
Yeah.
I really like this bench of Tyson Gamble, Jacob Saifidi, Adam Elliott and Jack Heverington. I think you'll find Adam Elliott will come on, as we're speaking with Elliott earlier, and playing a fair bit of 9. If not, I think that's what he'll do like he did at Canberra. If not, the only other thing I could see is
giving Matt Croker a rest, and
Gamble might go to hooker.
Yeah.
Which would be interesting too.
Plenty of options there for the coach to play around with his players there. So,
but good side.
It's a very good side. Almost unchanged from the Parramatta game.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Kurt Mann is out for a while.
So, do you know the extent and how long that'll be?
No, he hasn't said as yet.
Okay.
But God, he must have been in some pain.
Yeah.
And played for a full half like that. That happened the first couple of minutes.
Yeah.
So,
That just goes to show how tough the guy is.
Yeah, a lot of people bag him, but
nice guy he is.
Yeah, and I mean he gives 100% all the time, and he could have just come off and went, I'm gone, but he tried and play the full.
Yeah.
He said he was gone, but they needed him to stay, so he did.
Yeah. Well.
Anyway, Titans.
All right, so number 1, we got Jaden Campbell, and the wingers are Alafiana Canpiera, and the other winger is Philip Summy, who's in very good form, so you'd have to watch this guy too. Centre pairing are Brian Kelly and Jojo Fafita. The halves are Kieran Foran, who's in probably, again, career best form at the present time. Tanner Boyd. 13 is Isaac Liu. The second rowers are Joe Simpson and David Fafita. And up front is Tino Falamasui and Mawika Fadawaka. And former Knights player returning is Chris Randall. On the bench, we've got Cruz Leeming, Aaron Clark, Cleese Haas, and Joey Vuna.
Chris Randall in some good form there.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of him. Like, I know we had to get Greg Marju, and we had to probably let Chris go, but God, I wish we could have kept him.
Yeah.
And I mean, you look at it now, and we've got Jaden Brayley out. He could have been handy.
Well, it's been a good swap, hasn't it, really? I mean, you don't want it to happen that way, but it has been a good swap.
It has, but God, we could use him right now.
But both clubs have benefited.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I mean, we could really use Chris Randall right now.
Yeah.
But,
considering they've got 3 hookers in their lineup.
yeah, well, sure, it's going to be a good game, I reckon, especially the way the Titans are playing. We're going to have our work cut out for us.
We did.
Yeah, well, yeah, and you give us a towel up. So,
there's not too many missing there. Obviously, AJ Brimson is still missing, which is the miss. But Jaden Campbell's actually a pretty good player. You have to watch him too. He's playing some good footy.
I reckon for him, and I reckon Randall, Randall from dummy half is going to be a one to watch. So, yeah, that's 2 p.m. at McDonald Jones Stadium. But if you can't get to the game, don't forget to tune into MG in the Triple M core team. So, yeah, it's an exciting game. Interesting to see how we go. See if the week off helped at all. See how Ponga's head is. When I say his head, how his mental well-being is, if he's got his head around it all. So I think with the Parramatta game, his head just wasn't right. He was a little bit, I wouldn't say scared, but
Worried.
Yeah.
And, you can't blame them.
And obviously we'll allude this to with my bold prediction later, but I think Ponga will be in for a very big game this week.
He'll be looking to it for sure, 100%.
Silence the critics.
Yeah. So, good game. Should be great. I can't wait. Back home, Mother's Day. I guess.
Read them out.
All right. Yeah, we might move on to. Actually, we haven't done last week's score.
No, we haven't.
So yeah, we might do last week's and then jump into this week. So last week's, Corey.
Yeah, all right. So we'll start off on Friday night. It was Canberra 34 over Canterbury 30. Bit of a free-flowing game, this one.
All right. Corey Horsburgh is pushed for him for Origin. What are you thinking?
I'm all for it. I think.
Who's he? Queensland or New South Wales?
Queensland.
Yeah, well, I'd say he'll probably get a start. To be honest,
You're pretty close.
I reckon they'll give it to Garfield in Origin, too.
Yeah.
So it would be good to see. The likes of Payne Haas and that will go looking for him. So,
Well, we've got Blatchy's Blues. I'm sure the Maroons now can have Horsburgh with their with the red wigs.
old Garfield.
Yeah.
No, it'll be interesting. So, it was. Yeah, it wasn't a bad game.
As I said, it was both teams were attacking topsy turvy there. So Canberra just got the chocolates in the end. So and.
Yeah, that wasn't bad, but moving on to the next.
Anyway, the other game that was on the Friday night was the Bronx, and they way too good for Manly, 32-6.
I seen Brett Reid come out today, and he said, Daly Cherry Evans, people need to lay off him because he's the only one in Manly having a go. What game's he watching? He's about as useless as a waterproof teabag. Like... I just don't get what some people are watching. Like, he's one of the biggest wastes of $1 million I've ever seen. And he should not be. And this is where I'll go back to, like when we were saying with Elliot, he's the incumbent and he's the captain, he's got to be there. No, he doesn't.
No.
He shouldn't be there for Queensland this year. I'm sure there's plenty of other halves out there that are in better form. And it's looking forward. Like, Cherry Evans got to be a fair age now, hasn't he?
He's in his not late 30s, but he's in that middle 30 range.
So pretty much retirement from rep football age, because he's getting a bit, not retirement for the game, but the rep football like a Jack White and has.
Well, who would be the next person to go?
Well, for captain or?
Well, no, just for Queensland number 7. Like I know you got Ben Hunt that is getting on as well. So
you'd be looking for future, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Who would you be your future number 7 for
Would
Queensland?
you put Reece Walsh?
Maybe in time. I think fullback's probably his spot right now.
I'm just thinking with Billy Slater being a Ponga
Yeah.
fan, would it be more beneficial? I'm going to throw this one out there. I know he's going to laugh, but a lot of people say, wait, stop. I'd like to see Gamble have a crack.
Wait, stop.
Yeah, because he's a Queenslander.
Yep.
So,
Why not?
why not? Look at the way he's been playing. Like, I'm a huge Gamble fan. And so is Porsche.
Let's hope the selectors have the same.
If not,
as you
put him
do.
at 14.
Yeah.
And I think he'd be built for Origin.
Give him a crack 'cause he's
Look, he's
unpredictable.
Yeah, and he loves the mongrel. He's got a mouth on him. Like, he'll get under your skin.
Yeah, well, that's Origin. Origin, isn't it?
Yeah, so Gamble for me. Like, I'm not saying he's got to be the halfback, but even 14. But I don't know who you'd put at halfback.
I was just thinking he's the Gold Coast number 7, Tanner Boyd. I reckon he's a good player.
Yeah.
And he's most of the tries turn into 6. He's probably one of the most accurate goal kickers I've seen.
It'd have to be him or for me, Reece Walsh. But I mean, is like you say, is Reece Walsh more a fullback than a?
I suppose you got Tom Dead in there as well. There's another bloke you can throw in the mix.
Too hot and cold for me. Yeah, I know it's a hard one, to be honest, but I mean, I'd like to see Gamble at 14 or somewhere around there. But it's a hard one.
We'll go quickly. Broncos were just too good there.
100%.
Anyway. All right, we'll move on. This one must have been a pretty tough game. I actually missed it, but
It was a good game.
Yeah, Penrith wouldn't say way too good, but in the end, 18-6 over the
They
Warriors.
just find a way to grind you out, Penrith, no matter what. They give you a sniff, and then you're coming back, and they just go, no, sorry, you're not having it. And Nathan Cleary, he just keeps going, but like him and Curran had a little bit of a dust up with each other, and this is another thing I must say to the bloke at Curran and Cleary. He come out after the game, and Cleary, you could hear it. They were interviewing someone, and they were in the background. He said, "Sorry about that, mate." And Cleary just went, "Nah, mate, it's all good." Like, what happens on the first stage?
That's right.
I mean, he got cranky because he got snapped by Nathan Cleary. Like, Cleary snapped him, and he didn't like it. But they've come after the game, shook hands, and said sorry.
That's how it should be.
Right. That's right. And I had a lot of. I thought that was awesome from Curran. I thought, what a great player.
Yeah.
So it was a good game. Fisher Harris was back as well, which is good.
So they're starting to get a few troops back.
Yeah,
especially in the forwards.
I'll tell you what. Oh, mate. The Roosters, I don't know how they're doing it, but they've just picked up an absolute gold mine.
Oh, Spencer Leniu.
You see him on the weekend, and there was a little bit of a dust up because of that, and he's just into him again. And you've got you've got arguably two of the best props in the game in Fisher Harris and Moses Leota. So you take, usually your bench player's not as dominant as one of those two. You take one of them off and Spencer comes on and it's like, hold my beer.
Haven't lost anything.
Nah, he's just an absolute gun. And, oh, mate, I'm sad to see you go to the Roosters. I just hope going to the Roosters, sometimes you go to another club, your game changes. I hope.
He doesn't.
Nah, he's an absolute gun. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, well, this one definitely caught me by surprise. Dolphins 36, Cronulla 16.
Yeah.
30-0 it up. Well, it was 30-0 before Cronulla got on the board.
Yeah, they just weren't in it from the get-go.
No.
Didn't turn up.
No. There's nothing you can say except for poor form.
Yeah, that's right. And the other game, which I wouldn't say surprised, but the scoreline flattered me a little bit. South Sydney 28, Melbourne 12.
Yeah, I got that wrong. I thought it
would have been a lot closer.
Yeah, I thought the Storm would have put in a better effort, but they didn't.
Yeah. On to Sunday, and I won't really want to talk about this very much.
Come on, let's talk about this one.
Oh, yeah. Tigers, well, good luck to them. They've won 2 in a row.
Yeah, I was so happy for Clam and Appy. I thought they really deserved a win. So
Another disappointing game. That's 5 games we've lost in excess of 6 points. So, you win those 5 games and, we'll be sitting up the top of the ladder. So, that's how close the NRL is. And, just takes
unfortunately,
clutch play and, and those good players are the ones that get you over the line, don't they, in the end?
your Clearys and so.
Yeah. Moving forward, the Cows starting to get some form now.
Here they go. They're on a run.
20-6 over the Chooks.
How good's that?
Yeah.
Over the
Chooks have been disappointing.
Good.
Good. I'd have to say they're probably the disappointing side this year, in my opinion. So
what
far.
I've got an issue with, the Souths are getting investigated for their salary cap.
Yep.
Because
I think they did get fined, didn't they?
It's still under investigation,
Oh,
I think.
I thought I heard they got fined $1,500, $15,000. Sorry.
Oh well, so why are the Roosters not getting investigated? Because you tell me how Penrith couldn't afford to keep Spencer for the salary cap, but you look at the Roosters lineup: Tedesco, Hargraves, Keary.
Do you want to hear another rumour?
What
I heard today.
What's that?
Zach Lomax is on the outer at St George, and Roosters have want him as well. Now I know that's all media paper talk, but again,
but how do they afford it?
That's right.
That's just to name a couple. Victor Radley, what's the mushroom bloke? Just come back from, what's his name? Oh, anyway, just in itself.
Oh, not Hargraves. Are you talking about?
No. Yeah. Just in itself, those are there, and then how can they afford the Spencer Luna? But the Panthers couldn't. There's something not right there, and they're just getting let away with it all the time. If they're going to investigate South, they've got to investigate that.
Mr. Nick Politis.
Yeah, well, the rugby union, boss of rugby union, come out the other day and said how they need to be investigated. Yeah, and I tell you what, that's stirred up a hornet's nest, hasn't it?
Certainly,
but it has to be, and it's not fair on the rest of the clubs that are doing it right.
Yeah,
absolute disgrace, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
Anyway, the final game in the round, and it was the Titans. Actually, again, surprised me here in this game. I thought Parramatta would have made back-to-back wins. Anyway, Gold Coast 26, Parramatta 24.
Fair enough, but it wasn't a bad game. Good to see Titans getting up there.
Was it a late finish? I didn't watch all this game, Gaz, but did you watch it at all? Or?
No.
Oh, okay.
Titans played well.
So was it a late finish by Parramatta?
I watched some of it, but mainly the highlights of it. What I seen, the Titans played well.
Yeah.
I checked my phone, it was 16-4, and I went, next time I checked, it was looking real good.
Yeah.
Just fell short of the line.
Well, there would have been some heart attack material if Parramatta got over the line there after having another big lead.
We're going to have to.
What about Sivo? Another trifecta?
Yeah, he got a hat-trick, didn't he? Sivo.
How'd you like to stop that coming at you?
No, I don't think I could.
Yeah, well, they've had some good wingers over the years.
Semi-Rad Raja.
Semi-Rad Raja.
Yeah. Eric Grove, back in the day.
So,
who doesn't love a nice cold beer? And the best cold beer is not some other mob down the road. The best cold beer in Newcastle is found at Thirsty Messiah. The Thirsty Messiah Brewery is found at 140 Lambton Road in Broadmeadow. Get on down there for some great beer at a great price. Support the local. Thirsty Messiah Brewery in Broadmeadow.
All right, we might get into this week's games.
I'll read these ones out.
Sure.
First off, Thursday night, Melbourne versus Brisbane.
It's going to be a cracker of a game, to be honest. Down at Amy Park, isn't it? Yeah, yep. Melbourne versus. It's going to be hard, but I mean, I sort of favour Melbourne being down there, but how can you go past the Broncos?
I've got the Bronx.
So, I mean, I'll take the Broncos in a close one. Corey.
I'll have to go the Bronx here, even though I can't believe on the betting here they're $2.20. Yeah, I think Broncos for me.
Yeah, so you said Broncos, didn't you?
Yep.
Yes, yep.
Yeah,
Menu.
I'm going Melbourne, actually, down Melbourne. Melbourne won't lose 2 in a row.
Yeah, good
Especially
point.
Down Melbourne.
Yeah, good point. And, you know, they got to travel, so, yeah. I mean, I sort of... I tend to, you know, favour what Minion's saying too, but just the way the Broncos are playing, I find it hard to tip against them. But, like you said, travelling to Melbourne and...
Cold.
And seagulls. And that Melbourne don't usually lose many down there, so yeah, it's going to be a close one.
Talking about Bronx in-house, that Benny Eikens left the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he boss of Queensland now?
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's
Queensland
on.
ARL.
I'd like to see him go back to 360, NRL 360.
Yeah, I would too, but also what Brafe and Astor's doing not a
He's
bad
doing
job.
a good job,
So,
yeah.
you know, a lot of people give Brafe a fair bit of stick, but I think he's doing a pretty good job. So, yeah, maybe Icon should start a new show. NRL 180.
It's only half there.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Do half a show.
Yeah.
Anyway, next one.
On Friday night, we have the Canterbury Bulldogs against the Warriors.
I'm going to take the Warriors in this one. The way they played against Penrith, if they turn up and play that kind of football again, or I mean, they're probably out for a point to prove too. And when's Mitch Barnett back? He's got to be close. It says indefinite still, so you've got to think he could be close. But yeah, I'm going to take the Warriors in a tight one.
Warriors.
Yeah, well, Warriors should hopefully get a little bit of luck this week. Yeah, Warriors for me, but...
You watch the Breaths come out and they'll be squeaky clean with the Warriors this week.
Yeah.
So, Minion.
No, I'm actually going the Dogs since Joshua Carr's back. I think they're pretty strong in that wing.
What is it with the Minion going against us?
I don't know.
Is there another bet on board there, Min? Another bet going against
Oh,
us?
he's got to honour his other ones first.
Right.
So.
Yeah. One at a time,
Can't
I
have
suppose.
30 of them at once.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Next one.
It's another Friday night game, and it's Penrith against the Roosters.
Oh, it's going to be a pretty good match, but it's at Penrith. I'm going to take Penrith for me.
Yeah. Roosters are not going too good.
I think they're going to pip them.
You reckon?
Yeah, only by 1 or 2. I've got the tick down already.
Can you feel the knives in your back?
Crazy lady's gone, I'm safe. Minion.
Yeah, I'm going the Panthers.
Playing it safe, or because Kylie's watching?
No, not a fan of the Roosters.
Nah.
I'm not a fan of them, but I think they'll get there by about 2 points. It'll be a good game, but
It'll be a good game, yeah. That'll be good.
I think Hargraves will have a ripper in that.
Hargraves, yeah, that in itself.
It's going to be a brutal.
Yeah.
Hargraves with
Fisher Harris.
No, I reckon Moses Leota will have a run in with him. Fisher's got it mongrel in him, but a lot of the front rowers don't seem to want to take him on like the physical, because it's the quiet ones that you got to watch, and he's a quiet one like that. And I think you'll find Moses and Hargraves will have a run in with each other.
He was very close to getting Sinbin Hargraves last week.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of his mouth where he says, what was it? We should have a go, me and you have a go, or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a game of football.
Yeah, but he knew this bloke was a rookie or a young fella. A Russell Packer or a David Clammer or someone like that, would he say the same to?
No.
You know what I mean? I mean, I don't like him, and okay, going back to that story about if you were a knight for 24 hours, I'd lace the boots up and have a go with Jared Hargraves. Yeah, I wouldn't back down. I'd probably get my arse ball, but I'll give it a fair crack. I just don't like him. I mean, great player if he shut his mouth, but to do that to a rookie, well, it was the rookie, his debut game, that fella, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Probably trying to talk him out of it.
Yeah, but I think it was just, you know, I don't know. I thought it was just crap, you know.
Saturday, we've got the Bunnies and the Tigers. I'm going the Bunnies. I think the Tigers have had their run at the moment.
Hard to go past the Bunnies.
Can you smell an upset?
I sort of can. I can smell something.
It's not.
I don't know.
Minion.
No. I don't know. Are they on a roll? Are things changing at the?
Not
Because
against South.
I know I don't say this, but I'm going to. Even Luke Brooks played well.
Yes, he's played well for the last 2 weeks.
I know, and I'm the biggest. How would you put it?
Not a fan of.
Not a
Luke Brooks?
fan of Luke Brooks.
Well.
Not him personally, but I just don't think he's the right. I think he needs to go to England. I think he's the type of player that will kill it in England.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of blokes that have gone over to England that weren't doing great over here, or copping a lot of flack.
This is going to be interesting. What's his name? From the South and Clammer. That had a run in when he was playing for the Knights last year. With the long hair? I can't think of his name. Is it Talangi? Is that his last?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about,
Yeah.
but he's out injured.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame. I was going to say, because that'll be worth it.
He's got the leg numbers tattooed on him. Is that the
Yeah, I
player?
think that's him.
Yeah, he's
He's got
injured.
long hair, yeah. Oh, what a shame.
Yeah, 'cause
Because
I was
that in
thinking
itself
the same
would have
thing.
been. Just remember him and Clem had a bit of a... Yeah, married to Lungy, is that his name? Oh, I can't even think of it.
No, married to Luggies at the Cows.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I can't even think. Memory blank. Anyway, but I'll take South, but not confident. I can smell a tiger.
Like a tiger.
Like a tiger. Corey.
I like Souths.
Minion.
Yeah, I like South, but I think Souths are going to come and they're a bit fired up, and I think the Tigers are going to hand it to them as well. But I'm going Souths.
He jumped on the board now, see?
Yeah, it's finally with us.
All right, on the next ones.
Next one, Canberra against the Eels. We know where I'm going, don't you?
You missed one.
You just missed one.
You
mate.
skipped one.
Oh, sorry.
I know it won't be a very interesting game, but is that what you skipped?
It will be for me because it's Ben Hunt's 300.
Oh, fair enough.
I-
That's
I-
a milestone.
Yeah.
I've already got it ticked, and because it's in dark, I've gone to the next one. Sorry, fellas.
I'll take the Cowboys.
We'll just roll that back a bit. Okay, here we go. We've got the Cowboys against
The Drag
Pugsley's weltering Red
Drag Queen.
V's.
I'm going to say St George are going to win this one. Ben Hunt's 300.
And
I reckon.
that means what?
I reckon they'll finally learn how to win a game.
I reckon the Cowboys will hand it to them.
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Sorry, Pugsley.
Yeah.
You might be able to say, see, I told you
I'm
so.
being very optimistic here, but I've got to go for them.
Yeah, that's right. Canberra.
Canberra and the Eels.
At Canberra, Saturday night. I'm going to take Canberra because it's down there. It's going to be cold.
Cold.
Freezing. Yeah.
But then it's
Yeah.
been freezing here too, so they'll be a bit acclimatised for it.
I'm going to take the Raiders.
Yeah, I think the Raiders.
I'll tell you what we need to do.
What's that? Go to the Viking Club?
No, we need to get some of that green milk. I need to taste some of it. You know, the green. Is it spearmint, Shane?
And choc mint.
And choc mint.
Spearmint and lime.
We need to get some of that. I need to try it.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
Have the vodka ready so you can wash it out of your mouth.
No, I'm a big. I like the the lime and the spearmint milk. So I remember years ago, you used to be able to get it in a little bottle, and yeah, they stopped selling it. So I think Canberra's obviously the only place you can get it. So
That's right.
all right, next one.
Next one, Newcastle and the Titans.
The Knights. Welcome back. It's the Knights for us, for me. Welcome back to the winner's circle.
Knights.
I got Titans.
Knights.
Easy done.
Sorry, Knights.
And the last game of the week.
On the Sunday again is Manly against Cronulla Sharks.
Sharks. Manly are woeful.
Corey?
I'm going to go Cronulla.
Minion?
Yeah, Cronulla by a mile.
By a
Oh,
mile.
Yeah.
Well, I've ticked Manly.
Oop.
I think your favourite player, Cherry Evans, is going to have a good game.
You're going to
Don't
stick.
hit me.
So he'd be, pardon the pun, but he'd be cherry ripe for Origin.
So he's going to stick his neck out this game and
have a go.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh, you never know. Manly, have been good at times.
And the Sharks are coming off a loss, aren't they? So,
I mean, they've got a good
interesting.
side, but they're just not working through. But anyway,
To bounce of the ball at the end of the day.
flip of the coin. Sorry about my rudeness. It's been a couple of days for myself. Anyway, that's the games for this week. We might take a few words from our sponsor.
Purnell's Awards and Apparel is your one-stop shop for everything you might need for your business or your sporting club. Have a listen to this. There are corporate awards, cups, trophies, display cases, drinkware, giftware, medals, perpetuals, plaques and shields, and even apparel. There's so much there. It's great stuff. It's great quality at a great price. Head down to Purnell's in 2 locations, purnells.com.au or email winner@purnells.com.au.
All right, guys, welcome back. And it's been a pretty good show tonight, considering we had no nights to talk about. But yeah, thanks to everyone that come in. But we got ball predictions first. Let's have our ball prediction. Minion, ball prediction.
Mine is that the Knights are going to get up and Adam Elliott will score his first try as Newcastle Knights.
Is that going to be a Gosling involved in that one?
Yep.
All right, at the game.
Yep.
Yep, and it's got to be filmed.
Yep.
Righto. Gary.
In the winter time. That'll be fun to watch. Eels over Canberra. Even though it's going to be cold, I reckon they'll get in by about 6 points. And probably Sevo another 1 or 2 tries.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm going to say, well, obviously this is what I said before, but yeah, Ponga's going to he's going to silence the critics, and he's going to score a double.
Okay, is that a Gosling for you too, Corey?
I don't have a belly like you, mate.
You still got to do the blue and yellow dress yet, haven't you?
That's a bit nasty.
You can't take any more challenges. You got to wear them out.
Oh, actually, I'm getting pretty close.
That's pretty nasty.
He's talking to you.
I know, right?
You're trying the challenge out, yeah?
Right, all right. If Ponga does it, I will do it.
On the
All
show.
right? On the show.
No, we've got children watching.
Actually, if I'm not 100% sure whether I'll be there this weekend, obviously with commitments with Mother's Day, but
here we go.
if I'm there and he does score it, I'll do it at the game.
That sounds like a piker to me, trying to get out of it.
If.
I think he's trying to get out of it.
I know he's trying to get out of it, not if.
One Gozza for me.
All right. My ball prediction is Tyson Gamble to get a double.
You do Gosling?
And if he does, and Leo Thompson actually might get over as well. So either one of those score, you both have to do a Gosling.
All right. It's fine by me.
So you're coming?
I will now.
Oh, you heard it here, guys. Look for Corey on the weekend. He'll be there. So come and say
Doing
hello.
a Gosling.
Doing a Gosling. But, yeah, so once again, like I said, take a photo of your anything at the game that, be creative and send it in to us. The best one will win spot on the chocolate wheel for the fridge. Also send in a photo of your mum or you and your mum or whatever you like. There will be posts up on our page for each section, but we're going to give 6 mums a bottle of wine for Hope Estate. Minion, you got that bottle of wine there? Yeah, we are 6 bottles of wine.
It's almost empty after you've had a gut full of it.
Yeah, I think he's had
supposed to be drinking it, man.
Yeah. So, yeah, we've got some bottles of wine there. Next week we'll also, or next week or the week after, see how we go. But there's going to be some Grand Matriarch vodka to give away. So, absolute beautiful stuff. Also, before the game or even if it's not game day, get down to First in Mazaya. They're just up from Broader Meadow Macca's in the Centre of Excellence, and get in and say hello to Thomas and grab a beer or 7 and a pizza and
Tell them you listen to us.
Yeah, tell them that we we see Ian, and he'll look after you. He's an absolute champion of a guy.
He said he had some good brews last week when we spoke to him.
Dying to get down there, mate, but
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find a spare hour
Right.
to be able to get down there. Just work's been so hectic, so
Yeah.
dying to get down there and check it all out. But I think that was it, is it?
Pretty much.
Don't forget, we're running a bus trip.
Yep.
Down to Penrith, so on the 24th of June. So I know it's a bit of time away, but get in before you miss out on a seat. Yeah, we've got a double decker, but already I think there's 20 tickets being sold.
And I know a few,
Going down quick.
few that I know that are keen on this one. So
Yeah, and I've got a couple more. So I'd say by the end of the week there'll be 30 sold. So half the bus is full already. And yeah, once they're full, and yeah, it was
Jeez,
a cracker of a trip.
wouldn't be surprised we almost get 2 bus loads away this is going.
Yeah, well,
That's why we've got a double decker.
yeah.
One on the bottom, one on the top. Come
True.
on.
Are you going to drive from the top or the bottom?
Oh, mate, whatever.
He
works.
drives everyone mad.
So yeah, guys, check it out. There's the game of the week too is obviously the Knights versus Titans. So get on for the fridge there as well, and
Guess the score.
guess the score. So
Are we allowed to predict it? Well, no, it's not be on us, but have you got a prediction for the score?
32-18 Knights over Titans.
28-16 Knights.
Gary,
Um,
I'm waiting for the minion.
16-12 to Newcastle.
16-12, close one, guys.
Well, I had the Titans to win, didn't I? I'd say 12-6 Titans.
12-6. Ooh, that's a
Tight game.
throws all mine out there.
Oh.
Anyway.
Hard game.
All right, big shout out and a thank you to all of our sponsors. Couldn't do it without you guys. So, check out all of our sponsors. Sayers Inc.
Harry's.
Yep.
Burton Automotive. They got sales on at all the time at their dealers, and they've got no. I think it's Hunter Havel. No wait time. So you just get your car and there's no wait times. Check it out. It's one of their stores too. So
I'd like to thank Steak and Chops, I think.
Steak and Chops.
The gal.
The gal.
The gal.
Purnell.
Purnell. Yeah. there's
Liquidators.
There's we can't
And
do it without him.
Sasquatch.
Yeah, Big Adam. Big shout out to Adam for all of his work he does. He's a legend.
Check out
Shane.
Kabashi.
Shane behind the cameras there. Big shout out to my lovely wife Kylie too for the crazy lady for our anniversary tonight, our wedding anniversary. She is a very lucky woman. And
That's what she told us when you walked out.
true. And Portia for coming in tonight.
Might be lucky after those
done a great
flowers.
job.
Yeah, I'll be lucky. And I must say a big shout out to my mother too. For
Shout out to all our mums.
All the mums.
yeah, everything that she's done for my life. I couldn't be more proud to call her my mum, and also my mother-in-law who's in Havenstead had an operation this week. So big shout out to them, but also like you just said, all the mums out there. Happy Mother's Day, and
Have a great day.
have a great day. So till next week
Until next time, every time.
is night time. I didn't say nothing.
The most unattractive people are probably the nicest.
Hey, look at me.
Look
Yeah,
at
no,
me.
look at me. Look at me.
Hello.
Is it me you're looking for?
No.
The camera.
Happy days.
Can we do the challenge in a minute?
Okay.